Good morning, guys. Salam, namaste. Your lifestyle consultant Kunal Sharma is here. Beautiful day and beautiful topic about immune system and connection with menopause women. So, first thing first, we have to understand what is our immune system and what kind of immune cells we produce and from where. So first thing first, we have two immune system. One is innate and one is adaptive. Everybody knows almost, I believe. So innate we get from our mother when we take a birth, and adaptive we try to adapt our system where we take our first breath. Okay, so as we grow, okay, our immune system starts adapting all the gases, the stress, the traffic, the noise. Everything is adaptive, not innate. So it's clear. Now we have bone marrow, okay, and the bones are very, very important for us, for men and women, no doubt. But why women suffer from fractures more as they enter into peri and post menopause? Now this is the connection with our immune system. So before I discuss the immune system, the bone itself creates our immune system. Where? In the bone marrow. So we have two bone marrows. Pay attention, listen very carefully. It is very simple. I made it very simple to make you understand, especially each woman, so that they should understand their own body and style of workout. What kind of workout can help that bone and the bone marrow inside the bone. So we have two types of bone marrow. One is yellow and the other one is red. So red bone marrow is where and yellow bone marrow is where. So yellow bone marrow is on the long bones like our elbows, our tibia and thighs. Yeah, red bone marrow is where? Skull, sternum, ribs, spinal cord. So this is clear now. Okay, so now in red bone marrow, where our immune system lives, okay, red bone marrow, listen very carefully, where we build three types of immune cells: red cells, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Okay, so they have a different function. All right, red blood cells main function is what? I will give you just 5 seconds quickly. Yes, you're right, oxygen supply. I believe you're right, oxygen supply. Red blood cells carry oxygen to each part of the body. The next one is white blood cells. What is the function of white blood cells? White blood cells protection. Any kind of viral, bacterial, fungal infection enters any kind of virus. So that part of the system recognized, or if it's not recognized by our white blood cells, they adapt, they keep the memory. That is called T cell and B cells. All right. So I'm coming to the point of all this story to connecting to the perimenopause and postmenopause. Apart from peri and postmenopause, this is important for each person on this planet to understand what is the function of the whole immune system and the bone health and how it works. Now, the most important molecule is called interferons. Now pay attention. Interferons is a molecule which will fight for any infection including COVID. So they have done research. Interferon is the only molecule, the powerful molecule which recognized the virus of COVID as soon as it enters into the bloodstream in the body, and it starts fighting before our white blood cells even. It's a part of the white blood cells, but the question is interferon is the first attacking system. Now the COVID virus was so smart, the COVID-2, it was suppressing the interferon or it was working around the interferon. How smart. That is why people who were in old age people who were diabetic, high blood pressure, any kind of metabolic condition, autoimmune condition, people who were suffering, they got attacked first and they died. Because the interferon, the white blood cells, including your leukocyte, eosinophil, basophils, all these were weak in those people. So interferon definitely was weak. So they died first. Now come to the point, when we are in perimenopause and postmenopause, estrogen produced by ovaries. All right. So as soon as in this stage, when the periods are dropping, okay, women cannot regulate the monthly cycle on a monthly basis. That time your estrogens are connecting with, the receptors are connecting with each cell, including the bone. So now as soon as the estrogen drops, the bone health starts dropping. So we need stimulus. Okay, what kind of stimulus we need, I will talk to you later. But the first thing first, women suffer who are in peri and postmenopause. Second thing is genetic issue from the mother or father, especially from the mother it comes, the gene. The third thing is smoking, and the fourth thing is alcohol. These all factors, including drugs, these all factors affects the bone and the bone density, bone mineral density, especially your bone marrow. That is the only reason the woman, especially the woman, in this 35 plus to 55, in this range, they suffer more fracture around hip fracture, tibia, maybe elbow fracture, their spine fracture, or they are getting aplastic anemia or leukemia. Leukemia is a cancer of those fibrous tissues which produce blood cells. Okay, is a cancer, including your red blood cells, white blood cells. And aplastic anemia is also a damage of those tissues in the bone which produces blood cells. Not the cancer, but blood cells. So it can create a lot of issue. Aplastic anemia, the symptoms you can say is shortness of breath, fatigue fast, okay, bone pain. All these things are connecting with these problems. All right, in women especially, I'm talking about in this age group 35 to 55. Now we are talking about the next point is how to strengthen our immune system. So for that you need to strengthen the bones. Amazing, right? So if you are not giving the right stimulus to the bone, and the bone will not create bone marrow, where you are creating what you are creating your immune system, right? So what kind of stimulus we should trigger, we should give to the bone? Exercise, weight bearing exercise, the first stimulus one should consider to strengthen the bone and the joints which are connecting to the ligaments and tendons. Okay, so each step is connecting to the next step. So what kind of stimulus means? External resistance, you have to lift that load. I'm not talking about marathon running, so don't get into that direction. That is not going to help your bones. But if you run for 100 meter, that can help your bone because the stimulus is correct. Same thing is, the first thing is extra effort, extra pressure on the bone. So what kind of pressure? You need heavy weights or you need high intensity workout. Means high intensity means shorter workout, 30 second, 1 minute, full force of any kind of workout. But anything you do it under supervision, because it is very important how you gonna put the pressure on the joints and the bone. The bones have tensile strength. They can bend and twist. But if you have a weak genetics and you are already suffering, and plus you are sedentary and you have an age, then there is a risk of fracture if you are not a trained athlete. That is the only reason I always say your baseline fitness should be strong. Means you have to start early. any men and women both, if they start early, your baseline fitness is good. For example, from the age of 14 to 28 or 30, you can build your bone as fast as possible or muscles. Okay, after that everything goes down. You got it? So you got it in this link. This link is a little bigger, but please share this link. This link can help a lot of people around the world. And you got in this link interference, bone density, immune system, what kind of immune system we are working for, and what kind of problem we can face in perimenopause, postmenopause. So much information is connecting only with bone. Okay, so the bone health is very, very important, guys. Please do not smoke if you are a smoker, because it is not going to help you. It will kill your bones and including your lungs. All right, small capillaries, they are surrounding the bones. They're providing the nutrition to the bone. All right, so you will destroy that and it will give you bad effects in future. All right, so take care. If you have any question, you know how to reach me. All right, so ila lika kariban, ma salama, shukran jazilan. Have a great day. Love you all.